Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again. So today I wanted to bring you guys some Xerath Zilean gameplay. Now you might have not seen this deck for a while because obviously once Sundis got buffed, then Sundis became the staple Xerath deck. But before Sundis that got buffed, this was the landmark deck, right? Zilean and Xerath playing the Arsenal. And I think this deck is still very strong. I've seen Grandpa Rogi play it, so we got this suggestion from C, who saw Grandpa Rogi playing it. And I still think it's very, very good. It's a debate whether Sundis or this is better. Obviously, Sundis gives you a completely different win condition. This is relying more on, like, obviously Xerath is still very strong, but also on just a big arsenal coming down and just completely wrecking the game with the amount of keywords that he gets. You no longer can get scouts, so that's a little bit less high rolling, but you can still get spell shield, elusive, lifesteal, right? And are able to win against like that. So how does this deck work? Again, this is going to be purely landmark focused. So very similar to Sundisk. In terms that you're playing triple Rockhopper, triple Endless Devout, right? We're playing triple Unravel Earth. All these landmarks from these units and these spells allow us to be able to turbo level Xerath. In addition to that, we play Chemist. Gives us another landmark that we can use as well with our Rite of Arcane. Heads plus in Minefield. Because we're not on pure Shurima like Sundis is, it allows us to play the Minefield, which allows us to stun the opponent's big attackers and be able to punish them. And you can combine that even with Rite of Arcane to get 2 stuns in a single turn. Ancient Hourglass, same thing as Sundis, able to protect your Xerath. Triple Pokestick, that's another good thing of us being able to play Bandit, that we can play Pokestick and be able to kill some of the opponent's low health units. Triple Perseverance to just so that we're able to draw into what we need, as well as count as a landmark progress with both Xerath and Arsenal. Zilean is really good because he lets us predict, gives us time bombs, which are both ways to level up Xerath and the Arsenal. Arsenal is pretty much our second champion. Zilean is just there for support. So literally everything is either to get Xerath or Arsenal leveled up. Quicksand lets us survive against a lot of things. Desert Naturally can combine with the Hexflux in Minefield, or can combine with the Sarcophagus to either get us 3 units or be able to stun the opponent's units. Random Negation to save ourselves against Pengus or anything like that. And then obviously Xerath or Arsenal are our main units, main win conditions, and Minimorph is just a nice way to hit a lot of things in the meta right now. Like you're gonna see stuff like Trolls you can hit with Minimorph. You can hit stuff like, I don't know, like Gnar. You've seen a lot of Papercraft Gnar recently. Papercraft Gnar action or Renekton. You're able to hit that with Minimorph. So that's kind of like the basic deck list. A lot of ways to kind of just control the board and stop the opponent from getting to their game plan while you start slowly building up into a big arsenal. And if you guys don't remember, there is a combo where you can play Arsenal and the Ancient Hourglass, and it will double the keywords that the Arsenal gets. So even if you only have like 5 landmarks by the time you summon Arsenal, if you have the Ancient Hourglass, you can easily get to 11 keywords or more very quickly. Anyways, enough about that. Hope you enjoyed the games today. We had a lot of close ones, a lot of good ones. And as always, just stick to the end video for some mulligan tips. And if you like the content, please make sure to like it below and subscribe to us. We post LR videos every single day. So I'll see you all in a little bit in the games. So, Scouts. Scouts is interesting. I think if we get a good enough hand, we should be able to beat them. Like, we might have to keep the Rite of Arcane. I think Xerath might be a little bit too greedy this early because I want to get early blockers. But the Rite of Arcane allows me to kill Misfortune, so I have to keep it. This is exactly what I'm looking for. Heck, even the Zilean is really good, right? So we have the Rite of Arcane to kill a Misfortune. We have the Zilean to potentially get time bombs. And we have the Rite and like, yeah, this is great. We even have like a bunch of draw on top of it. So this is the hand that we're looking for in this matchup. Okay. Do we have to kill that sculpture? I like the time bomb. I don't know if we have to kill the sculpture right now. I think what I'm gonna do first is that I'm gonna open attack with both units. If the opponent blocks, this becomes vulnerable to a Pokestick. Opponent plays Misfortune. We can Rite of Arcane right now. We lose to a Ranger's Resolve, but I don't think the opponent is playing Ranger's Resolve at the moment. Like, they could have it, but then they still lose to the Pokestick or the Time Bomb. So, do you have another Misfortune?
Fortune favors the bold.
Whew! They always do, huh? They always do. Always have the second misfortune in their hand. So if we do this first, I need to kill misfortune. I think if we're able to deal with the misfortune, we at least have a chance. If we cannot kill misfortune, I think we always lose. So I need to be able to stop the misfortune. Now, second Pokestick right now makes sense, even if the opponent has access to... Because I think I need to be able to play around the bannerman. So even if the opponent has access to a Sharpshot right here, okay, doesn't have it. That's pretty good. That's pretty good for me. Right? That's a high roll. That's a 100% a high roll, by the way. Our opponent could have access to Bannerman. I think this is Inspiring Light, right? So opponent could have the Inspiring Light right here. And that could get really scary. So because of the Inspiring Light, I might have to sacrifice this Chemist right now. So Inspiring Light is just too much of a punish for me to not kill the Shell Shocker at this moment. Obviously, it means that we're not able to stop the Sparing Students next turn. We will need Xerath now. Now is when we want Xerath. Oh, this is not bad. This is not bad. So we're able to stop the Scout attack.
Where's my hammer?
We're able to stop the Scout attack, which is not bad. Again, if we get to the Arsenal, I don't see how the opponent is able to win. I'm pretty sure they have Inspiring Light in their hand.
You're covered.
That's a little bit unfortunate. We can stop the second Scout. And I guess kill the Challenger here. Or do we just kill the Scout? If we go like this, and the opponent has Sharp Sight, we get punished. I need to get rid of the Sparing Student now. I'm putting the opponent on having... I'm 100% putting the opponent on having Inspiring Light. What I might have to do is that I might have to actually Hourglass right here. Yeah, there it is. So we get hit by 6. So I need to definitely Hourglass right here so that we can keep a blocker. Because we need to have blockers, right? We need to have blockers for next turn. So I think I need to do this. Just so that we have a blocker. If the opponent lets us summon the Arsenal, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. We can start here first. And then do the Desert Naturalist. That gives us 3 blockers. Second Inspiring Light. Do you have the Rally? I guess that's the big question here. Do you have the Rally? If you have the Rally, I lose. Okay, so no Rally. So we will get the chance to summon our Arsenal. And if we get Lifesteal, then we're in a good spot. Son of a gun. We don't get the Lifesteal. We don't get the Lifesteal. We might have to sacrifice our Arsenal right here. Yeah, because the Arsenal has Tough, so it's not gonna die, right? Actually, we don't even sacrifice. It has Tough. It has Tough and Fury. So it goes back up to 5 health, so we don't even lose the Arsenal. And this is not enough to kill us. This is not enough to kill us. And we should be able to win from here. We have Elusive next turn. We're 1 damage off, though. Actually, we could get a keyword here that could help us. We're 1 damage off. Wow. Because we only have... With the Fury that we're going to get here, because we're going to get a Fury trigger right here, we go up to 11. We will have to join to Pokestick or anything else that can, like, self-target. Wow. Are we really going to be 1 damage off? This is so sad if that's true. This is so sad if that's true. We had to block like this. We had to block like this. It blocks the most damage possible. Alright. So we will have to get... I mean, we can... That's not it. Quicksand. That's not it. Wow. So we have to just challenge something then, right? Wow. This place around the rally. Okay, yeah, so this place around the rally. Opponent might have given us the win. We win. Now we win, right? If the opponent attacks, we actually win the game. Because of quicksand. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Wait, we actually won. Right? We actually won. Opponent gives us the 1-point attack. Wow. Wow. Opponent gives us the 1 point of attack that we need. We get to 12 because of the Fury, and we win the game. Woo! Wow. That's the worst rally that I ever seen in Scout, because he actually ended up actively losing you the game. GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against... Ooh, Trundle Caitlyn. I was about to say Tryndamere. Every time I see Trundle, I automatically think Tryndamere. Arsenal is actually kind of good. Maybe not this early. I like the Perseverance. I like the Ceiling and the Perseverance. It's going to be a lot of draw. Unravel Earth is amazing here. Because we want to be able to kind of turbo level Xerath, right? I think if we turbo level Xerath, opponent's going to have a hard time beating us. And we have the Random Negation as well. Well, it doesn't even have to be the turbo level Xerath. I mean, just having the landmarks also helps our arsenal, of course, right? I think we just go for the Xerath now. We have the Random Negation to stop Very Nice, which is pretty good. Caitlyn here is kind of annoying, but it is what it is. Maybe we don't... Maybe we want to do this and save this for when we actually have Xerath on the field. I don't hate it. Let's just push the 1 damage now. Because what I want to do is that I want to make sure that the Perseverance triggers after we have Xerath on the field. Right? So we can Perseverance right here, then do Xerath, then do Ravel Earth on our next attack. What is the opponent playing at? Now, if they pass, I think I'm going to pass back, even if we technically delay ourselves a little bit. So this is going to be 3 landmarks. Opponent didn't get the timeline, so maybe that's what they're trying to think right now, what they should do. We still need 1 more. I guess technically we have the Ancient Hourglass, so that is our last one. Opponent discarded at 3 Sisters, which means that the Arsenal is going to be very happy with that. That's 1 less 3 Sisters we have to worry about. This is a good blocker into both of his units, which is very good. We can play Xerath and have Ancient Hourglass as a backup in case the opponent has like a Thermal or something like that. So I think we're in a very good spot in this moment. Let's see. Let's see. The Xerath is also going to trigger, which is going to kill one of those guys, right? Because of the Perseverance. So also trigger at the start of our next attack. And we can do the Ravel Earth in combination with the Xerath, right? So... Oh yeah, the Ancient Hourglass means that we're never going to be in trouble. When I decided to go for the Archivist, we go here. I'm willing to block with Sealing and not willing to block with Xerath. Sure. I think Xerath needs to stay alive. Obviously, a Mystic Shot is too much of a punish. If the opponent kills Zilean, that's okay with me because we have a second Zilean. So it's actually better for us if we try to kill our Zilean, yeah? Because that means we have more access to potential more time bombs. Which I think is more important than keeping Zilean on the field. So now here, we open up with the Unravel Earth, right? This gives us access to be able to kill the opponent no matter what, to be able to tag whatever unit the opponent summons, right? Give me the time bombs. No time bombs. No time bombs. Maybe we go second Unravel Earth. I mean, at this point, Xerath is going to be leveled up. So not the greatest thing in the world, but it is what it is. I think obviously Trundle getting the vulnerable is not the greatest thing out there, but it's also not bad. Opponent ends up tapping out of a way to kill Sarah, so I think we're okay doing the Rockhopper. Just getting all the landmarks that we can for the arsenal to become a really big threat. Opponent doesn't have enough mana here for... Okay. I mean... I'm always... again, I'm always willing to block with Zilean. I don't think I care. Don't think I care. We're gonna go like this. This is gonna make it so that Xerath is gonna level up, no matter what the opponent summons. I guess the Ice Pillar doesn't actually eat up the Rolling Sands because it already has vulnerable. As long as we keep Ancient Hourglass, I think we're in a good spot. We're gonna go here. I don't want to take any damage on that Sarah. Opponent is doing 3 right here, and I think that's a little bit too risky. Because then we're vulnerable to like the Mystic Shot, which we know that the opponent has, and etc. Right? Here, Xerath is about to level up very soon. Just needs 1 more. So we just literally have to wait for the opponent to do whatever they want to do. If they don't summon any units, it's a little bit annoying. If they don't summon any units though, right? Because they're gonna get the Ice Pillar. So they do get the Ice Pillar, which means that he's able to eat up... like, Xerath is not gonna level up. I wanted to be able to kill the Trundle. We could just straight up do the Arsenal right now. But I need to be able to play around very nice. Okay. This is the opponent's play. This is the opponent's play, really. Okay, I'm gonna do the Devout. You still have Rider Negation for a Very Nice. But here's the trick. You actually don't do the Rider Negation on the Very Nice. You do the Rider Negation on the It That Stares. So that you play around the opponent having a second Very Nice. So maybe if that was the case, we needed to commit the Arsenal, maybe. Yeah, I think the Arsenal was probably better. Yeah, probably the Arsenal was slightly better. Could do the Rite of Arcane, but I want to save the Rite of Arcane to be able to kill that Trundle. Because the opponent's kind of locked out of summoning any units here, right? I'm guessing he has another way to kill this Sarah. Do you have another... I mean, this allows him to be able to actually commit like a unit. Right? So he can go ahead and commit 1 unit right here if he wants to. Yeah, there we go. It makes sense. He does it that way. Let's go ahead and do the second Devout. Why not? These things are vulnerable, so we're able to kill them. This is going to attack the Ice Pillar. Xerath is going to level up. Unfortunately, the Ice Pillar stays in the field, so we're not able to actually kill the Ice Pillar. We're going to have to actually do like a nice open attack here to be able to kill the pillar. So we can go here, here, and do this. This means that if the opponent summons any unit, it will actually, you know, not hit the pillar. Because right now, any unit that he summons, the pillar is going to eat up the Xerath hit. So by making sure that we kill the Ice Pillar right now, I think we're in a decent spot. Okay, so he wants to absorb some of that damage, right? Okay, I mean, sure. Double Time Bomb is huge. Because it still leaves us access to Rider Negation. If the opponent summons unit, that's okay with us. Actually, we'd rather the opponent summon units right now, right? Deal 3 to all units. So we just go like this. Call it a day. Gives ourselves another landmark. We summon the Time Bomb. The only downside here is that we don't really have a great way to... We don't really have a great way to survive next turn. This will kill... It doesn't kill the Trundle, though. That's the only downside. Because the Trundle's going to heal up at the start of his turn. So there's no way for us to kill the Trundle here. So this kills the Ice Pillar, but we still get the vulnerable. We tapped out of our Battle Negation now, and the opponent just wins the game. Opponent just wins the game if they have the burn. Oh, wait. That only went up by 1. That's okay with me, no? If the opponent has the burn, they win the game. Trollshan? Okay, so he just wants to keep his Trundle alive. Opponent just showed us that he only has... Opponent just showed us that they only have, like, 1 A+ cost spell, and they tapped out of mana for... Okay, we lose 1 Arsenal, but we were always going to lose 1 Arsenal anyways. We summon the second one before the opponent is able to do another Loop Travelers. This is going to get another keyword. We get the lifesteal, we get the Overwhelm. We don't have... Okay, well, opponent's going to give us more keywords here. We have lifesteal, Overwhelm. We can go ahead and do this to kill the Trundle, giving ourselves another keyword, and we get another keyword as well when the time bomb triggers. So Trundle goes bye-bye. We get the elusive. There we go. So we got almost everything that we need now. We're able to kill this Igda Stairs with the devout. So that's pretty nice. We're able to heal all the way back up. We don't have Spell Shield. We have Spell Shield, so we're not concerned about... We have Spell Shield, so we're not concerned about a lot of things. Oh wait, this has quick... This has a Challenger now. Is there a world where we ever just do the Challenger instead? Is there a world where we just challenge this instead? Or are we always just pushing the 4? Because I kind of want to keep this alive. What if we just go like this? What if we just go like this? Opponent really committed double Trollshan. This still heals me all the way back up. It allows me to get rid of his units, because I'm kind of scared of the amount of units that the opponent has. We always can present the lethal next turn instead if we need to. Here we can do a second time bomb, which will clear the Chompers and give us another draw. Current timelines. A little bit late for the timelines, unfortunately for the opponent. Battle Negation feels really good here. I'm gonna see if I can draw if I can draw the Xerath. We don't draw it. No Xerath. Opponent loses the Flame Chompers. This has lifesteal, so I'm not ever too concerned about it. We can do this. I guess we don't get the full value. We only get one of them. But I think that's okay. I think at this point we wanna just get blockers, right? At this point we wanna just get blockers. Opponent's gonna commit for the Burying Ice next turn potentially. But as long as this stays in the field, I don't see how the opponent beats us, right? He would have to remove the Spell Shield right now and then go for a Hail Mary Burying Ice, which gets punished by the Battle Negation. And if they remove the Spell Shield right now, there's a chance that we get the Spell Shield right back because of the time bomb triggering at the end of the turn. Especially because Scout is no longer in the...
We made it.
Okay, well, actually, okay, alright. We lose the Battle Negation. That's pretty big. That's pretty big. Losing the Battle Negation is big because it means that we're no longer able to stop a Burying Ice. Right? So we're no longer able to stop a Burying Ice. So we do get the Quicksand, which is pretty nice. We can stun one of his units and do Quicksand. So we can stun the strongest enemy. That kind of sucks that we ended up losing the Battle Negation there. Here we can stun and then summon Xerath after we finish blocking as well. Opponent already committed one Igda Stairs. The thing is that all his units are also pretty big, right? This literally has everything. You got the regeneration just now as well. If he attacks, he needs to be able to actually have a way to pull the arsenal to the end. Otherwise, the arsenal is always just gonna lifesteal. Opponent has, even if the opponent has very nice. Okay, so opponent's gonna have. Oh wait, that's it. I think we pass. So let's say they have very nice right here. If they have very nice, they would like to do it right now, right? So that's why I'm not gonna commit anything else. This is not enough. This is only dealing 3 to everything. It does remove the Spell Shield, which is kind of annoying, but it is what it is. We can go ahead and stun that. He goes for an Arsenal. Unfortunately for you, opponent, it doesn't work like that. Because remember, we most likely than not are gonna get the Arsenal right back. We're gonna get the spell sheet right back because the Perseverance is gonna trigger. This completely negates the opponent's attack. We go Xerath. This is gonna kill his Ice Ball Archer. And that's it. That's game. He got locked out. And there we go. GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Illaoi Bard. So opponent's just trying to get like really big Illaois, really big units, etc. Rock Hopper and Chemist are pretty good, I think. Right? It's a nice way to start up to level up our Xerath. So let's see how this goes. Okay, not the greatest unit to see right away off the bat, because it's gonna make his tentacles bigger. Let's go ahead and do Zilean. I think it's too early for the Rock Hopper. Actually, it had to be Rock Hopper. I'm gonna go Time Bomb. I think we can actually potentially. I guess we have to be worried about Tentacle Smash, so we're probably never gonna level up Zilean. Probably had to be the. No, because even if the opponent has the Sea's Boys, we're able to just counter that with a Rock Hopper, right? I guess opponent will be able to now, you know, do it a different way, but still. You don't have to worry about Tentacle Smash just yet. Yeah, that's the Sea's Boys. Now, I'm still gonna go like this, because if the opponent drags the Chemist, he still puts the Sea's Boys at 1 HP, which means that he still dies to the Time Bomb, right? Yeah, so he's gonna attack like this. He's gonna still put it at 1 HP, which is still gonna die to the Time Bomb. Opponent decides not to go for it. So good on them. They still lose a significant portion of their board. They can try to go for a kill on the Zilean. They can try to go for the kill on the Zilean here, which I think makes sense. So they could have Tentacle Smash. I think it makes a lot of sense, right? Because it's going to make their tentacle a lot bigger. Oh, that's not a Tentacle Smash. We're even able to kill the Esmus for free. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. Fortunately, no Xerath, right? We're still able to kill the Sea's Boys, right? Even if the opponent buffs it up with the Asmus. Even if the opponent buffs it up with the Asmus, we're still able to kill the Sea's Boys. Now we just go like this, stopping from being able to buff stuff with the Asmus. Second time buff, so Zilean can actually level up.
And be tested.
Zilean can actually level up. I don't know if we can though. Because this is going to go very big. So I think we go like this. This would allow me to kill the tentacle regardless of what the opponent does. And gives me blockers for everything else. Xerath is also now leveled up. We lose the draw, which kind of sucks. If he attacks like this, we always kill the tentacle. Actually, opponent will need to attack with the Sea's Voice, right? To make the tentacle not die to the Rock Hopper. That's what I thought. In which case, we still just go and kill the killing the tentacle is so important, right? Because it just stops so much of what the opponent wants to do. We could just kill Illaoi as well, to be honest. Like, we could do like this and set up the Time Bomb. Yeah, we could go like this and just set up the Time Bomb. I don't hate it. We have Radiant Negation to stop almost anything that the opponent might have. He only has 2 cards. So we have Time Bomb and Radiant Negation backup. He hits 2 Shines. Kind of sucks. So Radiant Negation here stops almost everything. Like if the opponent tries to do a Tentacle Smash to try to level up their Illaoi. Oh wow, they just... Okay, so they just give up. They just give up on the Tentacle. Because we're leveling up... Because we're leveling up Zilean, I feel like I should just hold on summoning anything so that we get the value from having multiple of them. But I also feel like it might be a little bit greedy. Right? We have Quicksand, which means that I'm not too scared about anything that the opponent might do. I think I need to be able to keep my mana. I think I need to be able to keep my mana, and the only way that I summon that devout is if the opponent taps out of everything that they have. As long as the opponent has 2 cards, I don't think I'm ever doing anything. Zilean here levels up. We can Pokey Stick the bird if we need to. We're still at 14 HP, so I'm not too concerned about the damage that we take here. Like the opponent's open attack is not amazing. We get the arsenal, which is gonna be pretty big. It's only 5 keywords. I guess it's not as big as I thought. Okay, so opponent goes like this. We go ahead and commit the Pokey first. We go here. Opponent's gonna have to have another unit. We go here. Opponent's gonna have to have another unit. I Nagakaboros. It's not enough to actually kill us. To kill the Zilean, I mean. Unless they top deck another unit on top of that. Because they top decking a lot of different shines, right? So we take this here, right? We're getting what? We're getting 3 cards. So we can do this for future blockers. We get 3 cards. We can do the arsenal and start kind of going from there. Tentacle's gonna get bigger and bigger. Don't think we actually play any of these cards, by the way. I think we just go for the arsenal and call it a day. Because we have the ancient hourglass to protect them, right? We ended up getting pretty bad keywords. I guess Spell Shield is pretty good though, right? Spell Shield is pretty good. We lose the we use the Pokey Stick right here, but maybe not. And again, the idea here is that with the ancient hourglass. So with the ancient hourglass, we're able to make our arsenal bigger. We lose the value from this guy, I guess. We can go ahead and attack like this. Opponent's gonna have to block with their tentacle. Doesn't decide to block. And then we go like this. So the reason I'm gonna do this right now is so that we still have the Spell Shield next turn. We have Quicksand, so I don't think we die on the open, and we're definitely gonna get Lifesteal. Because we have the Quicksand and not too scared of the Illaoi. Now, that is a pretty big Illaoi, though. We get the lifesteal that we talked about, so we're able to lifesteal anything that the opponent does. That's why the Hourglass is so good with the Arsenal, because he actually doubles the keywords that the Arsenal gets. So my Arsenal is going to be pretty loaded here. Opponent does have a really good attack, though. Like a really good attack. So I think we just commit the Quicksand, right? But committing the Quicksand means that we actually, I guess we don't have to commit the Quicksand. We just go like this. Yeah, we just go like this, right? Call it a day. This still keeps us at 8. And we have Rider Negation for anything the opponent might want to do. So Illaoi doesn't really matter to us. So Rider Negation will stop anything that the opponent wants to do. If they summon another unit, they're just giving us more access to more keywords. Although we already have the Elusive, so this is lethal. Actually, I guess it's not lethal yet.
May she look upon our journey with pride, or perhaps humor.
Yeah, let's just go like this. Let's just get all the impact. We have Overwhelm as well, right? So we have the Overwhelm as well, so we're able to just go ahead and go for lethal. I just want to see how many impacts I get. We get 7 impact. So we just attack, call it a day. We could also drag the Seas Boys. But there we go. Yeah, at this point, we're just having fun, right? The whole point with this deck is that we win with the Arsenal. And you're just going to see there the power that the Arsenal has. So, GG's. So, Annie Jhin is one of probably the best aggro decks in the moment. So this is a little bit scary, but our hand is amazing. I don't think we need the Ancient Hourglass. I think we just go for the full block package, right? So between Zilean, Chemist, Quicksand as well, Xerath, we even get the Debao. Yeah, this is nuts. If there's any way that we were gonna beat an aggro deck before they could beat us, is this way, right? Opponent even goes for the Corsair here. If we get a Time Bomb, it's better than playing the Debao because the Time Bomb will kill the Corsair. Sure. We even have a really good blocker here with the Zilean. Opponent should actually attack with the Corsair. Actually, if they attack with the Corsair, it doesn't matter, right? I'm gonna skip, because I think I want to see if I actually get the time bomb. I want to see if I get the time bomb. This is kind of annoying. I think I'm gonna take that 2 damage. Oh! He's gonna go like this. But if you get the time bomb, you lose this you lose the Saboteur anyways. I don't understand this. Actually, this is worse for him, because if we get time bomb... Wait, opponent really... If we get time bomb, he loses his whole board. Now, opponent doesn't know, obviously, that we missed the predict, but, like, this is so greedy from them. That was so greedy from them. I like the debuff, because the debuff can block the Annie. We have Xerath. I like the pass. Stops the opponent from developing, which I think is pretty good. We can Rock Hopper, which I think might be slightly better than Xerath this turn. Or we could Xerath plus Rock Hopper next turn and have access to second Xerath. I think it's going to depend on whatever the opponent does here. Because if they have the stuns, like if they have the station and stuff like that, right, it could be a little bit scary. But this is having access to second Xerath is really good as well, because it lets me... Yeah, I'm gonna just do like this. I'm gonna just do the Xerath. If the opponent has the station, okay, it doesn't have the station. It does have the Jhin. Jhin is not on the field, so it doesn't actually kill my unit. The Annie's gonna level up, right? The Annie's gonna level up here. And he did it correctly so that the Annie levels up. Which means that it will be able to stun any of our units. And the opponent gets access to Tivers. If the opponent has access to Tivers, it means that the Zilean is always going to die anyways. So we just sacrifice the Zilean into... Honestly, I think it's better. I think it's worth it. I think it's still worth it for me to sacrifice this guy. I almost think it's still worth it for me to sacrifice this guy. Yeah, I think we go like this. This stops all the damage. We still get the landmark. We have another Xerath here. We can do the Rock Hopper here. Opponent doesn't have mana to actually summon Tivers right now. We still at 11. Like, opponent ended up getting a pretty nutty hand. Because we can't kill... We will only be able to kill the Crusader here. I guess we can kill the Annie, right? We have Random Negation, which is pretty good. Any unit that the opponent summons is gonna get... He's gonna kill the Crusader. So that's pretty good for us. Like, if the opponent summons anything, it will kill the Crusader. And then our Rider Arcane will kill the Annie. So opponent's kind of locked down here. Now, Tivers is kind of scary next turn. So I think even if the opponent doesn't summon anything this turn, I think we do have to... Alright. So there we go. We kill the Crusader. We're actually able to kill his Demolitionist as well. Right? Which is pretty good for us. Actually, let's do this first. I'm gonna do this first. Ah, sorry, I need to do it on the Annie. My bad. So I'm gonna do this first. Because I don't want this to be vulnerable to an Annie Disintegrate. So if the opponent has a second Annie, and I attack with the Xerath here, we lose to the Disintegrate. So this kills his whole board, and we're able to pull the Demolitionist with another unit. Okay? I mean, sure. We do go down to 6, which is kind of scary. Or 5, sorry. Opponent gets the Jhin, which we're not able to kill anymore. So I need to actually go like this. Because Tivers is always able to kill the unit that we hurt, right? Now, we do have the Random Negation and we have Quicksand, which are both pretty good. Opponent's leveled up the Jhin. So Jhin is able to do 4. So he's actually able to just win the game with Jhin. We're gonna have to have the Random Negation. Oh wait, we should have summoned the Rock Hopper. We should have summoned the Rock Hopper. I forgot about Rock Hopper. I forgot about Rock Hopper completely. Oh wait, opponent just troll, I think. Opponent just trolled the game. This is lethal. Because this is pushing 8 damage and the Pookie Stick is 9. We almost threw and the opponent threw it right back at us. Because if we summon the Rock Hopper there, we're always in a decent spot. Xerath is going to level up here if the opponent summons any unit. killing the Saboteur. We have Rattle Negation for anything else that the opponent does. Like, this is lethal here, my man. Because of the Pokey Stick.
Ready.
Yeah, okay, well, I guess we just win the game like this. I guess we just casually win the game like this. Why didn't he just summon Jhin last turn? We actually had no way to stop this. Like, if the opponent summons the Jhin last turn, he actually just automatically wins the game. Well, not really, right? We did have the Rattle Negation, so we had a way to stop it. But still would have needed us to have to commit one card. Going down to 1 against a Bandle deck is kind of risky. It's kind of like, you should never do it, because you know Bandle is always playing Pokestick. It's their main card, so GG's. So, we're going to be playing against, I'm guessing, Plunder, right? Twisted Fate and Sejuani. I'm guessing the opponent is playing like full-on Plunder and actually trying to level up Twisted Fate by drawing with said Plunder. In which case, I do want to keep my early units because they're good blockers. We get the Xerath plus the Rebel Earth and the Chemist and the Devout. This is a pretty good hand. This is a very good hand that I always want to see. Now, I might have to play around the Parley. So if I have to play around the Parley, I don't want to summon the Chemist right away in turn 1. I want to wait until the opponent summons a unit. Now we can attack here. So this way we kind of play around the Parley a little bit. Opponent could still have access to another unit here. Okay, well, I'll take this. This is always going to die to make it rain anyways. Opponent's going to do the 2-drop here, right? So he's going to just get the Plunder value. Yeah, well, I didn't... That's the different 2-drop than what I was thinking about, to be honest. I won't deny that. So I like the Zilean better than the Devout because it gives me access to Rebel Earth plus Xerath on the same turn next turn. Right? Which I think is going to be very good for us. We could start working for the Arsenal. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I don't hate starting to work for the Arsenal. Huh. I'm always willing to block here. This is not a problem to me. We just play Xerath here. Yeah, because we always want to make sure that we don't give him the Plunder trigger, right? He also delays his Sejuani by a turn. Opponent's probably gonna make it rain right here. Harpoon, yeah. So I kind of expected the Harpoon. That's why I didn't do the Raveler first. I wanted to be able to have access to Ancient Hourglass. So now we can do this. This is gonna actually kill the Jagged Taskmaster. And we can do the Unravel Earth, which means that with the Unravel Earth, we can kill anything that the opponent summons here. The only downside, to be honest, is the fact that we don't have another, like, we don't have another Hourglass, because the opponent could technically have another Harpoon right here to kill our Xerath. Powder Monkey, okay, that's a nice way to get rid of my Hourglass, to get rid of my Rolling Sands, sorry. That's a nice way to get rid of the Rolling Sands, to be honest. I'm gonna go ahead and summon this guy so we have a blocker for next turn. He gets another monkey. So he decided to just do this. That way the monkey doesn't just die right away. Which I think makes sense. But we have a good blocker here. The arsenal is at 4 out of 4 keywords right now. Not great, but it's getting there, right? We have the Minimorph for the Sejuani. So we're never scared of Sejuani here. Pandemonium. Do we have to negate this? So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. Plus another 7. That's going to be 11 damage. We might actually have to negate this. Yeah, I think we actually negate this. This is, unfortunately, maybe we actually needed to use up, like, to kill our Devout. Okay, so if he has a second one, that's okay. I'm okay with the second one, because it means that he can now use the second one later, right? He can kill all our units here, but then we still get the Rite of Arcane. We go all the way down to, like, freaking almost nothing, right? He won't kill the Xerath. We take 7 plus another 4. So that's going to be 11, so we get down to 6. We get down to 6. I guess what we need to watch out for now is going to be Riptide Rats. Our arsenal is a little bit delayed because we decided... But I had to do it that way, right? I couldn't sacrifice one of my units. Because sacrificing one of my units means that we have 1 less blocker and we will have taken another 3 damage. Fortunately for us, we get another Devout while also having access to Rite of Arcane. So I think we're in a very good spot here. Okay, well, he does get the value here. Which kind of sucks a little bit. I still think we go ahead and do this. Let's just go ahead and kill this. We can push 5 damage this turn. Sacrifice our devout. He decides to go for the Twisted Fate card. Interesting. So he decided that it's better for him to draw. We have the mini-morph for anything that the opponent summons next turn while still having another blocker. I like sacrificing the devout so that we push the 5 damage and get the landmark as well. Because the landmarks are going to be helping out our arsenals more and more. Now, we are at 6 HP, so if the opponent gets another Pandemonium out of the 3 cards that he's drawing right here, we kind of just lose. And it's going to be Rex. Oh, okay, wow. I thought it was going to be Rex. That's still scary. That's still very scary. Let's go ahead and do this now. See what we draw before we summon the arsenal. Zilean. Make it rain. Okay, so he used it right now because obviously he's kind of out of... That's a fading card. So he has to use it right now, otherwise he loses it. So we got kind of lucky there on what the opponent ended up drawing. Time Bomb I think is pretty good. Because we can play... Actually, well, no, Time Bomb was actually the worst one for us to pick there. Because we're not able to play the Time Bomb this turn. Now, this is lethal, right? We even get the lifesteal and we get the elusive. Opponent will have to have Sejuani here. Oh, the stun. Okay, okay. We get another keyword next turn. We don't have a way to stop Rats though, but we do have a lot of units. We have a lot of units, no way to stop Rats. We have the minimum for the Sejuani, so we're never scared of the overwhelm. And we ended up pulling through, so GG's. Hey, welcome back everybody. Hope you enjoyed those games. A lot of fun ones, a lot of close ones. We have some other ones as well that ended up not making the cut because the video ended up becoming too long. That were also really good. I think there's still a lot for me to learn with this deck. I think it's very good, but there's still a lot of like a lot of complexity to it that you have to think about. You have to really plan out your mana correctly so that you don't just straight up die and run out of value too quickly. But aside from that, though, I think this deck is actually really great. So if you like, you can choose this instead of Sundis. If you're not a big fan of Sundis, of the Sundis win condition, that way. Anyways, in terms of mulligan, I definitely like keeping Rockhopper and Zilean. They're both really good ways to get our progress on early on. Endless Devout is a good blocker. I like keeping it as well. It can push a lot of damage if the opponent doesn't block it. And Chemist, it is a good one drop if you're going against aggro. But if you're not going against something that you need to block early on, maybe I don't keep the Chemist. I just focus on these 3 units. Keeping 1 Seraph might not be bad, only if you already have more landmarks in your hand. So if you already have Unravel Earth, or you already have like Zilean and Rockhopper, then it might be okay to keep 1 Seraph. But for the most part, if you don't have all the landmarks, you want to kick Seraph and be able to draw him later instead. And then everything else, obviously, you kind of gonna kick and just kind of go from there. So Rockhopper, Zilean, Endless Devout are your main core on your mulligan. Chemist and Seraph, depending on the rest of your hand, looks like. But anyways, that's it for mulligan tips, and that's it for the video. As always, if you like the content, please make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post LOR videos every single day. You can also find us on Twitch at Sirturmund. We stream 3 to 4 times a week. And you can also find us on Discord and Twitter. The links to those are both in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.